Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here with Racing Sim Tools. We're loading up into iRacing. Today we're going to be doing the 24 hours of Daytona. It's going to be myself, Speed Demon from RWB, CSAM from RWB, and then we have Brandon Dove, and Hayden McLaren for Unleashed Drivers. But really strong lineup. I'm actually one of the slower drivers in this lineup. But we're all pretty close. It should be really good race. We're qualifying now. I'm trying to join the session so we can watch the start of the race. But it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be like part 1 of 4 basically. There's gonna be 4 different parts. A lot going on today. It should be really good. But if you guys have any questions about RST or anything, just let me know. I think my stint starts a little bit later in the day. I start probably in like around noon my time. Let's see. So this is the lineup.
I'm not used to getting down to first gear in ACC. That's what I was doing.
We
So
got
you can
Brandon up
activate the
first,
pit
then we got
limiter.
Speed Demon, then we got CSAM, Hayden, and then myself. We changed up our schedule just last minute last night. We think it's going to be a little bit more competitive. Should be really good though.
Now we should be going into the next session very shortly, I think.
Yeah, I think the servers are spinning up now, aren't they? Because it'll give you the join button, won't it? Once they're live.
Yeah.
All right, we got to turn the
like
Discord down. Let me know if the audio is okay, if sound's okay. All right, here we
Might go
guys.
for another quick run, unless anyone wants to quickly do any settings tests.
No, I'm good, mate. All right.
All right, gotta get race labs
going.
going. And let me know if there's a specific interface that you guys are camera that you guys want to watch. I'm just gonna leave it on cockpit for now.
Yeah, because what I'll change the sheet once we actually start.
Right.
It's set to 1 o'clock, which it is now. Obviously, we're still joining, so it'd be like 1:30, 1:45.
Now,
and so you got all these different widgets.
That fuel out my car. I've got 120 liters, but I've got the qualifying setup on.
You got 17 liters in.
Yeah, first drive,
race session starts sharp before too long. Usually it's pretty booked in the morning just because everyone's trying to sign on, but it should open up quite a bit later. Switch it to. Can't see the replay. Just looking at all the teams that are on here. Quite a lot of different teams. Don't recognize anyone, but some pretty quick times nonetheless, so should be a good race. Right after the race gets started, I will probably just get up for just a bit. I need to get some coffee and things like that. It's 5:30 my time. I had to wake up super early to catch this race start. But I wanted to start the stream for you guys just so you guys could watch. Just get things going. Let me know if the stream quality is okay. I have had to make quite a lot of changes to the audio levels and stuff like that.
Car on your left.
And just while I remember, let me go ahead and mess with these. See if that's a little bit better for you guys. It looks a little quiet, but I like to be able to hear the tire noises when I'm in the car. wonder what car these guys are all in.
Yeah, I think on your lap, if it's a cold track temperature, you know, do the accelerate and drag your brake thing to warm your tyres up. So you get the temperatures and the pressures in for your first flying lap.
On the outlet.
Yeah.
All right.
Axe.
Car right.
Nobody streaming.
Clear on the
anybody, are
right.
The livery looks so good, man. There we go. There's the car, guys. You can see that livery that CCM made. Absolutely fantastic livery.
Fuck you.
Sorry.
I'm gonna turn the mic.
The skin was based on black rims and you ruined everything.
Alright, there we go. This should be a little bit better, guys.
For tactical reasons in the night, you know, when they're coming up behind us, they can see the white glow of the rims.
Ah, yeah. It will be OP during nighttime.
I'm gonna just check my stream real quick, guys. Make sure it looks okay. Oh yeah, it looks really good, actually. Oh weird, it's not letting me do the 1440p.
You got a slow car on the left. Car stop on the left.
Hey bud, it is gonna be Brandon starting the race today. Yeah, Brandon is gonna start in the race, and then
Car stop
Speed
on the
Demon
left. Right side.
is gonna get
Clear.
in, then Hayden, and then myself.
I
We're all pretty quick though, to be
just
honest.
wanted to do some qualifying practice. It's impossible with this many cars on track.
How you doing today, Madly? Hopefully you're having a good Saturday morning. Close this. I'm wondering why
Imagine
it's
if
not.
this was an RWB endurance race and was running 7 minutes late. How many people would be shouting
Car
and
stop
fucking
on the
swearing
left.
that he's shit?
Just
You
imagine
mean
what
someone
it's-
called a Coyote?
Just imagine what's.
Message cut. Go on.
I was just gonna say, just imagine what's going on in the iRacing data center right now. Yeah, their servers are probably like getting hammered. All right, guys. Looks like right now we're sitting in like round P4. We haven't qualified yet, so we'll have to see. That's good to hear, Madly. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming the whole race today. You know, at some point we'll have to lay down to take a nap, but yeah, we'll be here all day if you ever wanna, you know, come back and check it out. Hide this interface though. There we go. We get 100x today. That's pretty much it, guys. 100x. Then it's a drive-through every 25x after that. 24C track temp, so that's pretty cold. Pretty good temps. Really weird. It's not giving me 1440p as an option. See how far behind it is too. It's lap 20. I have sometimes a hard time with YouTube getting really far behind. Let's see. Okay, it's only about 12 seconds behind, so that's not too bad. I have to watch that during the race. Like I said, it can get really bad sometimes. I did get the new RTX 3090 installed. It's pretty massive. You guys can't see, but I have 120 frames per second right now. I'm streaming at 1440p, and I'm only using 40% of the GPU, which is absolutely insane. Coming into the bus stop here. Bus stop, you gotta be really careful. Really easy to pick
Damn
up
it.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gain.
a 1x on the exit there. Gotta go a little bit deeper sometimes just to be a little bit on the safe side. I was curious if the session changed. Still waiting for the race server to
How
open
late
up.
were they last year?
I can't remember.
You got a slow car on the left. Go right.
Yeah, we're just waiting on the race server, guys. It's kind of weird. It should have started about 12 minutes ago, but it still hasn't.
Car right. Clear.
Yeah, the weird thing is usually it tells you like how many teams are signed up, and I don't really see that anymore. Do you guys?
Yes, like 2,500.
Oh, weird. I wonder why it's not on mine.
Did you only register for the practice session, not the race?
Just a race. Oh, you mean Zach?
Yeah.
How do I check?
I think you go into teams.
Because I'm not on a team. Oh, never mind. It just took a really long, good load. Okay, I'm at teams. What now?
And then I think it's sessions. Sessions at the top. So
Okay.
topic scale.
Says official sessions, no session scheduled. Oh no, there it is. So it says session name 2021 24 hours at Daytona, and it says event type practice, and it says I'm registered. That's all I have listed though.
In that section, there should be one that says race.
Yeah, it's not showing for me. I was must be still generating.
Yeah, I know when I try to join on you, Speed, it like wouldn't let me. It I had to register like with the team, like it wasn't already just had me in there. Like I think it normally does, you know.
No, you have to still have to register because Brandon and Hayden have to do that. You have to register for the race.
Oh, okay. Can you
Yeah,
do that after the race starts though?
Right side.
Yeah,
Clear
Okay,
on the
gotcha.
right.
I think it's just that obviously the servers are not. Because I put everyone in the list that was racing.
Okay. Yeah, it's all good. As long as I'm able to get in later, I don't really care. I always get nervous that I have to be like all signed up before it starts, you know.
Oh yeah, mate. But I like double, triple check that I put everyone in that needed to be in.
Okay, cool. Nothing like a little panic before the race starts. Let's see if we can find some information here. Let's see if I can go to the iRacing forums See what's going on. Oh, nice. You should see the forms for the special event section.
It's just people being fucking ignorant, you know. What do you expect? You know, you've got fucking 2,500 teams, 6,000 drivers registered. It's not gonna fucking instantly just fire up.
Yeah, I think how many instances of the server have to be loaded for that. All right, guys, all we can do is sit and wait for this race to start. No big deal, though. Let's go on board with Brandon here to the gyro cam.
All right, well, I'm good to go if anyone wants to have a quick practice. Should probably switch the setup to the race one.
Good morning, guys. Still super early my time. It's only 6 o'clock. Super excited. I always get kind of nervous for these special events, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. So happy that the special events for iRacing are happening again. We were thinking about doing the LMP2, but we decided to go with the GT3 just because a lot of us, we don't drive a lot of iRacing, and the brakes in iRacing are really kind of funky. They're very, very, very sensitive, the speed at which you brake. So like iRacing, you can just stomp on them immediately and not have an issue, as long as you know, threshold and start to alleviate pressure on the brake
Jake,
pedal.
I have a message from
when you slow
Nippon.
down.
He's telling me that you are a knob.
But in iRacing, you
What,
have to be
you
really
cut out?
smooth. Well, at least
You
with
cut
the
out just as you said
GT3, we
it.
have ABS.
He's telling me that you are a knob.
Okay.
What's your answer?
He's an even bigger knob.
Oh, po.
Let's see if we can see anyone else on the track. I imagine a lot of these cars are going to be driving the Lamborghini. Lamborghini seems like a very strong car for the Daytona race. It does have a 10 kg bop, but it's a I think that's really not going to affect it too much, to be honest. And not seeing any of these top teams that they're in. So Brandon set a 44.0. The number one team right now did a 43.7. So some pretty quick guys in this lobby. We'll have to see how we stack it in qual. I don't know if Brandon got a good qual lap in. Hopefully we could get out in front. That would, you know, be ideal. But these Daytona races, it gets really scary if you get like put it mid-pack at the race start, because it just gets really sketchy. But hopefully that works out.
I remember in one of the iRacing races last year, when it was delayed, it popped up with a message saying session starting in 30 minutes or something like that. But it's not happening this time, it seems.
I think anyone's actually in the servers. I've just clicked on the Jimmy stream and they're just still sat there chatting the shit.
Yeah, I think last year it took like 30 minutes, like after the hour. Just have to wait and be patient, unfortunately.
So what's the main goal? Finish?
Yeah, just avoid incidents, and if we can save fuel a bit, and we will be fine.
Save that extra pit stop.
Yeah. Or at least reduce the last stint. But if we can like remove one pit stop, it could be beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be one of those things that we have a better idea too, like once after the race gets started.
Jimmy's got 7,500 people watching him.
Can you imagine? It's like half a stadium.
Just a fucking chat. It's just like a fucking scroll wheel going off like mad. It's like, how can you fucking read a message someone puts in?
Yeah, I feel like that might be hard to like interact with people when it's like that, you know? It's like you just have to talk by yourself for like 24 hours instead of being able to talk with people.
It's even got it on slow mode. So it's like it's still going really quick.
Nice.
So it's like,
All right, let's go check the forum. Let's see if they have any announcements about like second splits or anything like that. See what the Hey, you think iRacing, as much money as they get, they would have figured this out by now.
yeah, it's still the service scheduling people to what splits they need to be in. That's what the hold up is. And that was posted at 10 minutes past 1.
What part of the forum you looking? Hey, what's up, Carzola? How's it going, bud?
So
Thank you,
in
man.
the server, the special events, and it's server down, question mark, question mark, question mark. One of the staffs responded in that.
Gotcha. Dude, I think they've put more resources into like resolving this issue, considering that they're like sponsored by the iRacing, you know? How much money they're
I
making.
think it's just the fucking the sheer volume.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
probably
think
true.
anything due to the sheer volume. Because you think if it schedules it and then you know you have another 200 people line up, you've got to reschedule it. So you got to wait. You have to wait until that registration time's over, and then it has to go through and schedule each person and like generate the splits.
Yeah, I think. Well, that's a good point, right? Like, if you think about it from an algorithm, it's trying to get everyone into similar splits by who registered. So it's probably reordering the list like constantly, and reordering the big array like that is really, really slow, anyways. It's almost like they need to make a different system for the special events where you sign up like days before, and it like can process so that like the day of the event is literally just reading from the list, like an entry list, basically. All right, guys, we are just waiting. While we wait, I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee real quick. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make some coffee.
Right side, clear on the right.
So it's like 44 splits.
Wow. Okay. Whenever I do my out lap, it always shows on that race lab overlay on the fuel calculator that I've used 4 point something liters on the first lap, so it kind of off puts my average per lap reading.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure it's not true.
Car stopped ahead. Car right.
Hey guys, I'm
You're
back.
on the right.
Just grabbed some food real quick and then waiting still. Hopefully things will get started before here pretty long. Sorry for the wait. Hey, what's up, Cos? How's it going, man? Just had to get some coffee really quick. So good. Still 6:30 my time, so still pretty early. But we are just waiting for this race to get started. I'm not sure what is taking the servers so long to get going here. Let's see. Let's refresh this forum post, see what's going on. Yeah, me too, man. Daytona is a lot of fun. I did Daytona last year in the GTE car. Well, we did the Ferrari 488. That was a lot of fun. But I'm excited to do it in a GT3 car this year. We're in the BMW. Let me show you guys that nice livery that BCM made. Very cool car. Love the dark colors with the bright neon accents. That's really cool. BCM's such a talented guy when it comes to Photoshop and making these liveries. It'd be cool to see him make one for a real life car. For some of you that just joined us, we are waiting on the race server to start up. We're just in a practice session right now. There's 6,000 drivers signed up. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that was spooky.
Yeah.
Let's go on board with them, shall we? Let's go to the gyro cam. All right, coming up on the start-finish line. Into turn 1. Keeping it nice and hugged to the inside part of the wall. Cut these a little bit. Wing outside. Get a nice exit, wide entry to turn 2. Let the car carry out onto the curb. Gonna cut this kink just a little bit. Let's get on that corner curve just low. You don't have as much downforce. Braking hard into this right-hander. You want to kind of hug it right around. Get on the throttle nice and early. Gonna get a little straight into a left-hander. This turn is the most critical turn here. You got to get a really good exit here. It's a little bit bumpy on the exit, so you got to be careful, but you do not want to get any wheel spin going onto the oval. If you get any kind of wheel spin on the exit there, it really slows you down the oval part, which is really important to maximize your speed. And we're gonna be coming up to the bus stop, braking at the yellow marker thingy. Nice. Try to get on throttle nice and early for the exit. Easy to cut, get a 1x on the exit there. If you cut the inside curve just a little bit to get a more straight line, it totally gets you 1x. Then we only have 100x for the whole 24 hours, which means we can only afford 3x per stint. And that'll give us a little bit of a buffer here. A little bit of a wall tab there. Oh, Brandon just did a 43.9. That's a pretty good lap. That would have put us up into P2.
Got to 43.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks. I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot better than that in these conditions. Maybe a 0.8.
Were you using a full tank?
No, that was qualifying.
Ah, okay, yeah. Because I was a bit worried about my pace.
Yeah, no, definitely not going to get 43 in these conditions in the race setup.
Yeah, we're about a second slower than we were last year, because 43.9 was like race pace last year, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
We just touched the 42s, I think, in the night. I looked in the world records thing of, because you know how IMS is running this week on this track in iRacing?
Yes.
Yeah, so the top time in both qualifying and the race was something like a 42.9 in the Lambo and a 43.1 in the BMW in the race. But that's because of slipstream and things like that, but that's still quick.
Yeah, jeez.
I don't know how they do it.
They're all a bunch of dirty hackers. A lot of them.
Yeah.
I can't believe people are still fucking going. But why aren't the servers up? Wow.
I think a lot of people are
Exactly.
just scared they're gonna miss out.
Yeah, but the thing is, the servers aren't actually started yet. It's apparently it's got to schedule 55 different splits with 55 people. I think
Oh my
55
god,
is a
ton of splits.
so it's like 55 splits with, I forgot what the maximum number in each split is. It 55 as well.
Who registered the team? Was it Brandon?
No, I did.
Oh, nice. So, Brandon, I think Speed Demon's our highest I rating. I think he's close to 3K, so it's gonna put us in a pretty tough split, I think. It's all good. Just waiting. Good fun game of waiting. See if we can see anything on the meta. So I got a new keyboard tray for my rig. Hey, what's up, Steven? Welcome to the stream, bud. Hope you're doing well today. We're having a good Saturday. We're just waiting for the race lobbies to start. You know, typical iRacing special event, it always takes quite a while for the servers to, you know, open up. They're getting basically DDoS by all the sim racers trying to get in. Does show us as registered though, so you just gotta be patient. iRacing will figure it out. I'm just gonna go to the special events tab to check out, see what's going on.
Can I drive a bit?
Yeah, go for it. Oh, it is on the qualifying setup. Do you want to change that?
No, that's fine.
Righto.
Yeah, it definitely does, Steven. So that's actually a good question. So all of us in this this team, we don't really drive iRacing all the time. We mostly just do iRacing for the special events. We're mostly in ACC, so we didn't really know the cars going into it. We have a hard time with the brakes, obviously, something you gotta really practice for iRacing. So we decided GT3, but we wanted to do the new M4 BMW, and it seemed quick until we realized everyone was driving the Lambo and we didn't know why. We watched some splits yesterday and it looked like the Lambo was pretty quick, probably about the same amount of pace as the BMW, but they were getting like 3.6 liters a lap. And we're hitting like 3.7, 3.71. So I think the pace is about the same, especially with the BOP. But I'm kind of worried about fuel saving. I think the Lambo does a lot better on fuel saving than we do. So I don't know. It could go either way. I don't know how big the fuel tank's on the Lambo, so that might, you know, make a factor in. But if they're hitting 6.1 or 3.6 liters a lap and they have 120 liters, they're gonna have one less pit stop than us anyway. So I don't know. It could go either way. But we have a setup that we've done. We basically took the Craig setup as a baseline, and then I made some modifications to it, some Racing Sim Tools modifications. So we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, I think the BMW is a very comfortable car to drive, which I think is very important for a 24-hour race. It'll be interesting to see what splits we get in. Our main driver, he's about 3K I rating, and then Brandon's 2.5 CCM. I'm not sure what CCM is. Oh, 2K, and then I'm 1.7. So we're all around that 2K mark. But again, we only really drive for the special events. You just gotta love the special events. They're so cool, you know. You don't really get that anywhere else in sim racing. It's kind of weird too in the BMW how the steering wheel is a Fanatic. I didn't realize Fanatic makes the actual steering wheel for the car. It's pretty crazy. Oh, dude, awesome. Yeah, I was wanting to run the LMP2 for this race, but like I said, the brakes and people, like, we didn't know. So we found a video from Dan Suzuki that was talking about how you can go into your like joystick config file. I think it's called like joylib or something, and change the brake so that the max brake is like more, so you would never lock up. And we did that, and it's like so much better. I think if we would have known that before, we would have drove the LMP, but we were just scared we were gonna like lock up the tires and die. But I think I'm gonna try to convince the team to drive the LMP2 for Le Mans.
Right.
Oh man. It's just like a classic car track combo. Steven, do you guys do iRacing a lot? It's kind of sad that you guys aren't doing Daytona. It's like the first special event of the year. I don't think we'll do Bathurst. I think we'll do maybe Sebring though. I like Sebring, but I'm not very good at it. So last year I like passed basically. I was gonna do it and I was practicing. I just couldn't find the pace, so I just dropped out. I'm gonna try a little bit harder this year to maybe do Sebring. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'm mostly doing ACC. The difference in driving style is so different between iRacing and ACC. It's like a 9-day difference. They're both really fun though, just in different ways. Oh man, that really sucks. Sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully you'll be able to get a new one pretty soon. Yeah, we didn't really practice that much either until this last week. I know some teams, they practice for like months or two before the race, which is crazy. It's a lot of time. We basically just put in like 3 or 4 hours every day for the past week, essentially, to be kind of where we are now. I think I could have probably gained a little bit more pace with more practice, to be honest. That being said, the consistency's there, and you keep the car safe, which is my main goal for the race. I just want to have a competitive pace, but get the car to the end, obviously. Yeah, so they actually have the race dash here. So we were working with Zach Hodges from Turn Motorsport, and I finished the software. It's actually in the public build now. And he had finished the design. Unfortunately, me and him didn't really have a contract in place. It was supposed to be an exclusive deal between me and him. The dash would only use racing sim tools, and unfortunately, once he was about to launch the product and we would start taking sales, he decided to make it not RST exclusive, which obviously upset me. So me and him kind of got into an argument, and the deal kind of got dissolved. So right now we don't have any plans for the dash unless I can find someone else to build the dash. If I can find someone else to build the dash, we'll definitely release it. The software's all done. It was really shitty of him to basically have us finish the software and then do what he did, but I mean, that's part of the problem with working with people you can't always trust. Yeah, exactly, Steven. That's especially in iRacing, that's like so big, because you know, even just a little bit of damage, if you get it into the wall, it can like literally ruin your race, because you know, you might lose like, you know, 2 kph you know, in top speed, which maybe a tenth, but a tenth over 24 hours, like that's a lot of time, you know, seconds worth of time. So everything it's really important to keep the car clean. Okay, yeah, definitely. I really enjoy mine. I think it's a really cool piece of kit, but yeah, I unfortunately, like, my background's in engineering, but I just don't have a lot of experience on the manufacturing side. So I could design something, but I just don't know the like building the PCBs and like the electronic boards to be able to get it to what I wanted to do. If I did, I would totally make one myself and just not have to work with someone, because it's always an issue working with other people. But it's a really cool piece of kit for sure.
Car right. Clear on the right.
You had a feel there. I thought so. I thought you were running a long time on that qualifying setup.
Yeah, I was using map 12 and I had only 0.2 liters left.
I like it. We if you stop out on track, we can return you to pit. You just think.
Oh, how do I talk to all teams? I don't have no idea. Oh well. What has been the process in the setup you have made? Okay, so that's a really good question. So basically, you know, with any kind of sim, there's always like little quirks that kind of differ, like between like, you know, real life and the real sim, right? And sometimes those little quirks can add a lot of time, and I know iRacing that is the case. Like iRacing, typically you're very low pressures, really high cambers, things like that. You don't necessarily go off the data to guide you.
Yeah, still fucking working through scheduling, apparently. Or they're checking to see if the scheduling is still working.
Basically what we did for the setup, so we loaded the Craig setup shop setup because we figured, you know, they kind of know some of those quirks and that would be a very good baseline to start. And we just drove it, you know, got, you know, within a tenth or two, and then we just made a few corrections. To me, so the setup approach that Craig did, and it's very obvious with the setup, is they went for very low rake for that maximized straight line speed around the oval, right? Really low rear spring rates, really low rear ride heights, like 3 or 4 mil lower than the stock ride heights, and then like 3 or 4 clicks less on the rear spring. And we just drove that a little bit. The mid-corner bounce felt really good, so I really didn't make a lot of tweaks there. I did make a difference on the toe. The car didn't really want to have as much of a response at the turn-in. It kind of wanted to wash out a little bit, so we just increased the toe just a little bit on the front. The big thing for us, though, is into turn 1 and exit out of the left-hander out onto the oval. They're fairly bumpy, right? With the Craig setup shop, we were having really hard time getting on the throttle and on the brakes into the turn 1 without like losing time. And it was obvious that it was just because the suspension getting excited by the bumps. So what we did is I worked the Speed Demon calls it my dampener magic, but I just tweaked the dampeners a little bit, basically reduced the bump a little bit, add a little bit of rebound on the rear where I thought it was needed, and
I might as well go out and try a qualifying run then as well.
Yeah, go
just to where it was really good, and that's what we went with.
It's also just from that Craig setup shop place.
So we kept it pretty close to the Craig setup, but we did make a few twigs.
Just with low fuel then.
It's the non-modified one, because you made some changes to that setup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a non-modified one.
So all you have to do is take the fuel out of the race set.
But yeah,
I might try that after you if it's time. I mean, yeah, go ahead and just see what this one feels like. Oh yeah, go ahead.
And I'm using a Sim Magic DD wheel, and then a button box that I programmed. But thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully the stream looks good. I have the new 3090 in, so we're getting the most FPS that we can get. But yeah, when we do the setups too, you know, I don't, like, a lot of people just look at telemetry and try to make a setup from telemetry alone. It's really important to still do driver feedback and identify areas in the setup that the car needs work in. And I always use the VHM diagram. If you don't know what the VHM diagram is, I would recommend checking out my video called like the VHM or something like that. It's a really good way to separate steady state and transient behavior, and then the secondary effects within those modes. Yeah, I use telemetry just to kind of answer questions. Like I'll go get driver feedback. I'll be like, oh, it's pushing here, right? Or it's oversteery here. And I'll then go pull up the telemetry and try to identify why it's pushing or why it is oversteery in that specific sections.
Oh yeah, it's a good strat.
Prove me wrong.
I like the Sim Magic. I actually got the Sim Magic for free, so I can't really complain that. Yeah, it's definitely not as strong as like, you know, a DD1 or a DD2. It's not as strong as a Simicube, obviously. I think I probably won't upgrade my wheel for a very long time. That being said, I think the next time I do upgrade my wheel, it'll probably be a Sim Magic. But yeah, it's good. No complaints. The software runs pretty well. I think the only complaint I would have with the Sim Magic is some games don't recognize it for force feedback. Like Dirt Rally 2, I cannot get the force feedback to work. I get no feedback. The steering wheel gets recognized, and just no force feedback. And only the reason I can think of is maybe because Sim Magic's not a very you know, common brand or very, you know, widely adopted brand. So I was thinking maybe there just wasn't support for it in Dirt Rally 2. I don't know. That's the only thing I don't like about it, because I like to play Dirt Rally and I can't with this wheel, which sucks. But yeah, one thing that's really important, Steven, especially Daytona, that a lot of people don't look at is your high speed dampening into the bus stop. You can really run much lower wing than you would think by tweaking the high speed dampeners into the bus stop. And the reason being is on most cars, you know, that are mid-engine mounted, you can actually, or farther, it doesn't have to be mid-engine now, just, you know, farther back center of gravity. What you can do is you can increase the front high-speed rebound more than the rear high-speed rear rebound, and that'll actually help you stability-wise over the curves, especially like in GT cars. In an LMP car, I'm not sure. It needs some testing. With the higher rebound, you might have more front-end grip just because of the downforce. Keeping the front arrow closer to the ground. But for us, it worked really well. We were able to run like minimum wing, basically. And just tweak the high speeds. And I typically, for the high speed dampening, I just look at the dampener speed graphs, and I always want to make sure that my rear rebound is always a little bit higher than my front in these GT cars, especially like in ACC. It makes a huge difference. Like in a Rouge Radeon and Spa in ACC, it like makes 9-day difference. Yeah, definitely. LMP is very sensitive to curbs. Any of the like really high downforce cars will be very sensitive to the curbs, you know. Let's see what times. Damn, 144.4. That's pretty quick. I just love the LMP cars. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'll show it to you guys. Oh, it's gonna be kind of hard. Basically, it's my tattoo. It's like an engineering drawing of the Porsche 917K LMP. I love LMP. I love endurance racing. I'm actually getting another tattoo on February 3rd, so in 2 weeks. That's literally like an LMP1 hybrid and a bunch of GT3 cars, like all down like the side here. It's gonna be so awesome. Really excited for that. But we're just waiting. So what happens when the practice session's over? Like,
Good question, actually.
Right side. Stay on the left. Clear. You got a slow car on the left.
Nice. Someone on the forum said, "Welcome to the 24 hours of Daytona."
That's how it's going.
Some people are better at making jokes than driving.
Yeah. That wouldn't be fair if they were good at jokes and good at driving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Steven. I usually typically run much higher downforce as well. In my opinion, like most people, they think that running less downforce is going to make them faster on the straights. Sometimes running more downforce is faster on the straights. Reason being is you can brake later into the end of the straight, right? So it's not as clear cut as a lot of people think. There's actually a lot of analysis that goes into like real life downforce, like figuring out how much downforce to add. It's not always about maximizing, top line speed. Sometimes the braking zone can make a huge difference. And I just like downforce because it's much more comfortable, right? Especially these long endurance races. It's much easier. Like, who cares if you're losing a tenth down the straight if your driver is like after the first 20 minutes is saturated, right? That guy said Craig West just posted an update, but I don't know where the update's at. Oh, this guy, he posted the link. Let's see. iRacing.com, JForm. Post list 3790522. Oh, there we go. As many of you know, we have some delays in the race server management for this event. Our I team is all hands on deck, and we're working these as we speak. We continue to say that we appreciate your. Oh man, I just read the post that that guy linked. They're having IT issues apparently. It's not just the servers like not being able to make the session, like sorting through everything. They're having some kind of IT issue.
That's not the best news to hear.
They said they're working all hands on deck, so I don't know if they're no plans yet, but it'll be interesting. They'll probably make another session if I had to guess.
Practice is over. Head on in.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
Steven.
noticed that before there was something like 2,400 teams registered. Why is there only 1,100 registered now?
I think maybe some people might be withdrawing and then trying to re-sign back up but can't. I know that can be maybe an issue because a lot of people are asking if they should be withdrawal or not on the forums.
All right. Okay.
They'll probably reschedule it, maybe like a 4 o'clock start.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Steve. Oh man, this is fun. We had it in the Le Mans for. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can really do. Just gotta wait and hope that we don't, we still make it in. I think that's why everyone just gets so paranoid for these iRacing events. Is everyone's just terrified that they're not gonna make it in. and all that practice that they have done will just have been wasted. So do we leave the session? Because it seems like everyone else did, but I don't know.
I mean, if everyone else does, I mean, we may as well.
Well, I guess the question is it gonna hurt anything if we just stay in here?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we stay in here, if it's ever going to pop up with that race button. I've got no idea. I've never been in this situation.
Yeah, me either.
I think they'll what's it called? Delay it, you know. As I said, we're already an hour behind, so they'll probably scrap it and then just go right. Then we'll start this time. You know, like they
Like
did a
just
few years back.
re-announce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine maybe that's what they'll do too. They'll have to do just because it's gonna be like if all the servers they have like a logic that they have to flow like a practice and then it like invites you from the practice. If everyone's like messed up, that's gonna be really hard for them the servers to sort out, I would think.
And like Brandon said, that we've just lost like, you know, half the teams that are registered.
Yeah, like literally half of them just gone.
A lot of teams are saying they got kicked out of the registration, and it says that registration's down. So they're probably just doing something at iRacing headquarters.
Yeah.
Okay, they have an official thread now. I'll post the link so you guys can check.
Yeah, I don't know what they changed, but that the qualifying set felt better than our race set with just fuel taken out for qualifying. So.
Yeah, I think the Craig setup they make the qualifying set specifically for. It's not just their race set with less fuel, you know. Okay, let's. Yeah, I like the Vanda. It does look really good. I think
It looks
I
like
agree.
what I said, basically scrapping this one, fixing the issue with the scheduler, and then redo it.
But yeah, the grill and the BMW is good. Yeah, all we can do is really is wait. I just wish they'd give us like what to do, you know. All we can do is wait though. This isn't gonna mess any of you guys up with the stint times, right? Like for real life conflicts.
I mean, I'll be up all night, but I'll be all right.
Yeah, it's like what, 3 a.m. for you right now?
Yeah, but I feel okay. I'll be okay.
You'll just die after your stints, and we won't see you. Again.
I'll regret it when I wake up, but it is what it is.
That's like the real endurance racing, like immersion feel right there.
Hayden will wake up and realize he's got another hour of sleep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he's
woke up
been
at
sleeping
5
all this
o'clock.
time. Yeah.
Maybe I should have started the stream a little later. Sorry, guys. Hopefully, we'll get started as soon as we can. We're just waiting on iRacing to fix their shit. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. This would be a really good time just to walk through something. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're just waiting for them to
It happened a few years ago. You know, when the first big wave of iRacing hit, and the servers, the schedule fucked up, or the servers fucked up.
Yeah, I
So
can
they
show you
literally
actually,
delayed
Steven.
it.
You guys want to see
Said,
something
right,
cool?
scrap this race, and then we'll do
Let
it.
me show
A
you.
couple of hours later.
Yeah, let's see. It sounds like they like don't even know if they'll be able to start it within a couple hours. There's like people posting on there saying that like they don't have like a start time, but that could just be them same.
Yeah, they said that they're working on it. It's. I think he said it's a fault within the scheduler. Basically, stopped working.
Let me just uncommit these changes real quick. I was playing around with some stuff yesterday with the dash, trying to do some testing, but let's pull up this branch. I will show you guys. Hopefully his branch is working. But so we have some major updates coming to RST, guys. Major updates. Some of these major updates include having the ability to select as many laps as you want for comparison. And then also the data grid is coming back, which will be up on the right hand side. So let me show you guys this. We'll just load in a lap from ACC. But you guys just start her up. Hear this. So this is the branch that we have in work right now. If I just come in here, I'm gonna select ACC, and let me just load in a lap here. So you can see on the right hand side we have this like data tree. If we click on this, all of our laps get added here. We no longer have the tooltip over the grid here. So like before you would see the data here, right? Well, you don't see that anymore. But you do have the data grid that updates, and it'll continue add. Well, here is the beauty, guys. Let's say, oh, I've done this setup. Let's compare it to, let's load in another setup, right? Well, like we'll load in the same, but imagine that this is another setup. And then basically, like, let's like say you wanted to add like a bunch of data here, right? Well, here you go. Now you can add like as many laps as you want to compare. So every time you add, it'll add it to the data tree, and then obviously it'll be like a new color, and then you can see like the differences here. So let's see, like let's see where there's like a big difference. So like if we come in here and then we look here, you can see this orange one's locking up a little bit more into this braking zone than the other one. But yeah, you can basically take as many of these off as you want. It's super awesome. You can, like, if you wanted to, you could load up, like, I think he has like 10 colors programmed in here, but technically you could put in as many as you wanted. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy looking. Yeah, you can see how many graphs are here. But this is what we're mostly working on right now. It's a major feature. You can see it
I
for
think it was a
every
bad idea
little
having an
ad
update
here.
post and then
I
leaving
think
it open so
maybe Will
people
Loads
can
might be
chat in it.
done. Oh no, he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, because any official post is
But
going to get
he's working
lost in
that,
there
so
now.
they're trying to. But this is major update. It'll take quite a while for us to roll it out all the way across for every graph, but we're hoping to have it done in the next like month or two. It's not quite a full rewrite, but it is a pretty big rewrite. And then another thing that me and Speed Demon are working on are the RST setups for Silverstone. Those will be going up very soon. I know I was trying to get them done before this weekend. Unfortunately, just got too close to the 24 hours of Daytona, so I had to stop to practice for the Daytona 24-hour. But as soon as this is done, we're gonna go back and start working them and hopefully get them out in the next few days. But that I'm very excited for the lap comparison, but and you can select as many laps as you want for RC, because now you guys will be able to really be able to compare setup changes really well. Before, you could still do it if you just like scroll to where you want, look at the value, and then like click another lap, right? But at least now you can literally see the graphs overlaid with one another to look at some of the nuances. So the real question, you guys prefer me to end the stream, or what should we do while we wait? No idea what we should do right now. It could be an hour. It could be like 2 hours,
Are you all still in that same session?
Yeah, I didn't touch it.
Yeah, all right, me too.
I'm just reading through like the posts and responding to stream chat.
I have to work on Monday, so I hope the race will be done by 10.
We hope so.
Oh, yeah, they just closed the server. Look, the server just shut down. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading the forums, guys. Let's see what I guess that we can read them together, right? While we wait. See, just looking at all these different forum posts. And these comments are cracking it up. iRacing forums literally sometimes is like the best. Curious if there's any more updates from staff yet. That couldn't be any more generic, could it? We're having issues. Please wait. Like nothing. No like ETA, nothing about what the issue is. Nothing. Just totally in the dark right now.
Can you imagine being the guy that has to fucking sort this out? You know, like the fucking manager that's in. Yeah.
Dude, that would be the worst. There's literally like probably like all of iRacing like on his neck right now too. Just like telling him to hurry up.
You see how you get a fucking phone call, you probably it's the boss man. Why the fuck is this not running?
Yeah, that guy's getting fired probably. iRacing does love to do that though, don't they? Like make changes right before like an event. Like that happened last year for Daytona. They did a patch like 3 or 4 days before Daytona. I was like, that's so risky.
I'm pretty sure they I think it was the 12 hours of Sebring. I think you did that with us, CSAM. Did you run that as well, Jake?
No, Jake wasn't here.
I'm pretty sure it was their event, like a week before they had the new tire model put onto the GT3s.
Yeah. And the new behavior on the grass.
Yeah, and that was like a huge change. That was only like a week before the event.
Oh, dude, they just took the forms down.
I'm just about to post it.
Oh my god, dude.
It broke it.
Yep. Let's go to Reddit. You know Reddit's blowing up now.
Well done, guys. You broke it.
Let's see if anyone's. You know that
So do we
meme
wreck
of
it?
Bernie Sanders?
No.
I'll post it. It's like been going around the internet a lot. It's like Bernie Sanders like at the inaugural speech for Biden, like sitting down. Someone just posted this. Nice. I can't believe they took this. Maybe they're restarting everything. Might be a good thing that the form gave us a 503. It might be meaning they're restarting the whole server farm.
Yeah, I think it just says here this time slot will not have a this time tap for the Daytona 24 will not have a race start. So
What does that mean?
So
No race start? Because I saw someone else post that.
it won't start. So they're basically just going to do it all over again. You know, the registration, the sign up. You know,
Oh, okay. That's okay. I thought when they say no race start, it almost sounds like they wouldn't have the event, you know?
Wait, is there an official thing now?
posted 10 minutes ago on the Twitter.
All right.
Can you post a link to that? Oh man. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. Sorry, we're just chilling. Alright, so into that we are currently at the time slot will not have a race start. We are evaluating ours to see if we can put up another race.
Said they can't run it anyway because you know half the teams have fucking been unregistered somehow.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the earliest we're looking at is another hour, basically, it sounds like. That means the
Yeah,
race would be like 2 or 3 hours past when it should have started.
I think it'd go at like 4 p.m. GMT.
What time is it now?
It's like 1:30. Like an hour and a
I
half
bet
away.
so too. That works for me because now my 3 o'clock just turned into a 5 o'clock, which is way easier.
Hayden's going to come on expecting that us to be like 4 or 5 hours into the race. Got 3 or 4 hours into the race. And it's not going to be.
Yeah, the in-game time would be different, right?
No, I think the in-game time will still stay at 3. You know.
Yeah.
15.
Well, if they redo it all, is what I meant. It'll be the same.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just obviously the start's going to be off.
All right, guys. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna end the stream. I have no idea how long this is gonna take, and I don't want to just have the stream chilling for an hour or two. So, if you guys want to watch the race, be sure to stay posted. I'll probably check back in maybe an hour or two. Hopefully, it starts by then. If not, you'll know iRacing is having major issues and it hasn't started. We'll stream as soon as it comes back up. I'm gonna go end the stream just to make sure I'm not killing the bandwidth and just take a little break before. But thanks for tuning in. Sorry that we didn't get started. Be sure to